So the trial court saw the emotional distress as arising from an action calculated to cause emotional distress. And on appeal, they determined that that wasn't so, that the emotional distress arose from the battery and not from the tort of intentional infliction of nerve shock. So, kind of an interesting distinction there as to, you know, if there are other torts which are actionable causing emotional distress, is the emotional distress a result of that tort, or is it actionable and presumably, you know, warranting increased damages through the intentional infliction of nervous shock? So in these last two cases, we see a different test for proving harm than we see in Louis Lassman in 2001. These cases are from 1994 and 2000. So, in Rahamtuela versus Van Fed Credit Union, 1984, an employee was accused of theft and was thus denied, or not thus, but was then denied a proper investigation and fired. In this case, it was the only evidence of their emotional distress or nervous shock was 2 trips to the hospital. They didn't have any expert witnesses state that they had a psychiatric illness, and mostly it was the whole circumstance where the judge determined it would be reasonable to have psychiatric illness from that treatment. Or not a psychiatric illness, but I suppose an actionable harm from that treatment. And she or he was successful in this claim. In Tran versus Financial Debt Recovery in 2000, the debt recovery company started calling Tran when he became employed, and he called him repeatedly and called his office repeatedly, and the secretary had to tell the manager, and he claims that he suffered emotional harm. But it presumably did fall short of a psychiatric condition because he did continue working. He did go to a doctor. He treated himself with meditation and exercise. And the judge in this case determined that just because he isn't the type of person to go to a doctor doesn't mean that he shouldn't be compensated for the wrongful acts of the financial debt recovery company. And so this case outlines sort of the I guess, arguments on how to prove harm in this tort. So that is intentional infliction of nervous shock. You need an act or a statement to calculate and produce harm, and it must actually produce some harm. I believe that is Torts Week 6.